Hello and good morning. Let me just see if I can get you all coming up before I start. I just wanted to do a Facebook Live about the things you're going to need ahead of this Wednesday morning's Facebook Live Scrap-a-long. So I thought I'd call it a Scrap-a-long, so we're not getting confused with other things that I do here at Dawn's Inspiration. So let me just bring this up. Have we got anybody tuning in? Yes, some of you are coming on board. That's good. Right, so what I wanted to do was to share with you what's coming up. So I've got a few of you there. I've got Julie, Catherine. So I'm going to make a start. If you've got any questions at all while I'm going along, please just say. Okay, so I'm going to do the scrap-along on a Wednesday morning this time. So I'm looking at starting at 10:30. Okay, so I sort of took on board what a lot of you were saying about time, and it's hard for me to pick a time that's going to suit UK, America, Australia, New Zealand, Europe. You know, it's just a bit crazy. So we tried the afternoon last time and it tagged in a bit with tea time. I'm going to try 10:30 this time, so fingers crossed that suits a lot of you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the camera down to my desk so you can see what you're going to need. Okay, thank you for tuning in. I've got a few of you there, got some nice thumbs up and highs, so lovely to see you. I'm keeping track on my iPad as well, so I'm going to just twizzle you down, so just bear with for a minute. So I might just have to loosen that off. Right, so fingers crossed you can see my messy desk. My desk is still looking a bit messy. We had a virtual scrapbooking crop yesterday, so let's have a look and see what we can see. You don't need to see my tummy, but let's move it around a little bit more. I haven't got used to switcher yet. I know Heather will be shouting at me, Dawn, use switcher. I haven't got that far yet, but anyway, you can see what we're going to need. Okay, so what we're going to look at this Facebook Live is I've started to go through some of the old sketches that we did in class, because I know some of you have joined my scrapbooking class later on. Okay, so you won't have seen them. I think I still need to come forward a bit. Sorry, ladies, do bear with. Ladies and gentlemen, I should say, do bear with. Okay, so I've put a link that should be attached to this Facebook Live. Again, something I've not tried before, so I'm hoping it has worked. But I've popped a link to my website where you can actually go and download Page Sketch 2. Okay, I know some of my ladies that actually do my class have already done Page Sketch 2, but I wanted to revisit these page sketches so everybody can join in. And with the current climate, I just felt I've got everything here to do it. I can do a quick Facebook Live video with you all and get you all crafting in this uncertain time, just keeping us all busy. So I'm hoping that you're enjoying it anyway. So this is Page Sketch 2, which you can actually print off from my website. You can download and keep in a file on your computer. So it's quite nice to have these as a reference and keep coming back and doing them again and again, because with different papers they do look totally different. So that's the page sketch we're doing. Let's pop that up there. This is the one that I originally did in class. So this was an actual kit, because this was done in my Dawn scrapbooking class. It was a couple of years ago now, but this was an actual kit. So this was the layout that we did. But this is what I'm saying. We're going to revisit this, but I'm going to use different papers. So what you're going to need for Wednesday morning. Let's start right at the beginning. So let's get all this lot off here. So what I picked up here is I've got a sheet of cardstock and I've got 2 sheets of pattern paper. Now my pattern paper is actually double-sided. Okay, if you could have at least one double-sided, absolutely brilliant. If you've only got single-sided papers, not a problem, just gather yourself 3. Okay, so this is what you're going to need for the kit or for the class. So you're going to need those 3. Okay, So I've got a few more of you joining now. That's great. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for logging in and coming to see me. This is for my Scrap-a-long on Wednesday morning at 10:30. I'm doing one a week at the moment by popular demand. So, as I said, download the page sketch, and this is the supplies you're going to need. So, 1 cardstock, 2 pattern paper, 1 double-sided if possible, if not 3 pieces of pattern paper. Okay. You are also going to need some ribbon. Okay, just a length of ribbon, probably about 14 inches to match the paper collection that you're going to be using. Okay, this video will stay up on my Dawn's Inspirations page, so you can come back and check up later that you've got all the supplies you're going to need. All right, so you're going to need some ribbon. You're going to need 2 photographs. I've got 2 portrait because that's what I've actually used with the page sketch, and these are measuring 6x4. Okay, so that's absolutely fine. Now don't panic if you have 2 landscape, because what I'll do in the class is I'll show you also how you can use landscape. Okay, so don't worry too much if you can't find 2 portrait that you want to use. So 2 landscape will do. So you've got your paper, some ribbon, your photographs. Now, you'll look on the original class that I did. We had a doily in our class. I know a lot of people aren't that keen on doilies, but we had a doily. Now, if you don't have a doily at home, don't worry. You could either use a stencil. I've got a circular stencil here. Okay. Or if you've got a circular die cut that you could ink through, you could use that as well. I've also got in my crafty stash a half circle die. Okay, so that is another thing that could be used. So just have a look at what you've got at home. I know at the moment it's hard to get hold of everything. So what's Mo saying? Hi, Dawn. Oh, that's very nice, Mo. Mo's just said she's not a scrapbooker, but she thinks I might have converted her after watching my Facebook live shows. Oh, I do hope so, Mo, because scrapbooking is where I started off, and it is lovely to get your photographs down in some great books and some mini books and things and share them. So, that's made my day, Mo. I hope, yes, I hope I'm converting some of you. So, as I say, if you haven't got a doily, something like a round stencil or a die will do. Okay, and don't panic if you don't have these things in your crafty stash, because you could always do some doodling or some shading. Okay, the whole idea with this is me trying to get you to use what you've got at home. You know, at this time at the moment, we can't go out shopping. We've got to use what we've got in our craft rooms, and I'm sure lots of you have got lots of stuff in your crafty stash. So that's something else you're going to need. I've just got some gems here. These are just clear, okay? But don't forget, and I know a lot of you would have already seen around my mucky craft room, you can use your alcohol pens to colour your gems. Okay, I've got a stack of pens here. So you can use your alcohol pens to colour your gems. And we'll do a bit of that as well. So if you've got any alcohol pens at all, we'll use those to colour our gems. So from now on, I only ever buy clear gems, really, because you can colour them quite easily. So if you've got some gems, doesn't matter what size, just gather them on. Another thing I've picked up out of my crafty stash, and this is where I want you to go away now and rootle through and see what you've got in your crafty stash. If I look at my original layout, for a title, I've actually used this. These were chipboard pieces that I have had for years. Okay, so we had these in the kit, and it's quite nice to go through your crafty stash, see what you've got and think, I've not used that, and am I going to use that? Well, this is the time to use these things. While we can't get out shopping, gather them out and use them. If you haven't got anything like this, you could just do yourself a piece of rectangle pattern paper, plain cardstock, and put your title on there. So don't panic if you haven't. Now up on my original, I've got a little bird cage wooden like cut apart piece. Well, of course, I haven't got any more of those because everything went. But I found a sort of MDF balled heart. So I'm thinking on my next layout, I'm going to use a balled heart there. And all I've used is a little bit of twine to actually attach that. Okay, so again, have a rootle through. If you haven't, I'm sure you've got mini dies that you could die cut something that's relevant to the page that you're doing. Okay, so there again, do not panic. Tag for journaling. Again, I've used my good Stampin' Up! Tag punch. This is invaluable. If someone hasn't got one of these, get your hands on one of these. I know a couple of ladies that are Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, so if you need a contact, I can pass you in the right direction, not a problem at all. I can't think at the top of my head how much they are. I think they're about, I want to say £25, but I could be wrong. If Heather's there, she might be able to tell me while she's on what the price is. But I use this a lot, not just for scrapbooking. I use it in my card making. I use it to make gift tags for things like Christmas as well, out your scraps. So invaluable piece of kit. So and then looking at my kit, you'll see I've again got some of these wooden embellishments here. These were board or chipboard, but don't worry. Look what you've got in your crafty stash. So for my layout, because I haven't got any more of those left, you saw last time that in my box here, I keep all my little dies. So I've got little hexagons, I've got little circles, I've got little triangles, hearts, okay, tags. So have a look what dies you've got, but don't be too worried about if you haven't actually got those that you're going to use in the kit. The layout shows your basic, what we're going to be doing. The embellishments you want to add after are your own choice, and this is where I want you to use what you've got at home in your crafty stash, because I bet you've got loads of gear. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be using. All right, and then finally I've popped some flowers on here on my layout. Okay, these were mulberry flowers that went in the kit. Well, again, I haven't got any mulberry flowers in my crafty stash. I did have a look round, but I couldn't find any. So I've gone through my flower dies. Now, a lot of you know this is one of my real go-to dies and stamps, the Peony collection. This was Nature's Garden Peony collection from Crafter's Companion, and it's something I have used over and over again. You can't get it anymore, unfortunately. I have asked, can they bring something out similar, because it's a lovely set. Okay, and if you don't, the dies and the stamps all come together. So if you've managed to get your hands on one of these, brilliant. Oh, Heather's just come on board. She said the delightful tag topper punch, which is this one here, okay, is £22. Okay, so Heather's a Stampin' Up! Lady, so if you need anything like that, you could just message her or message me and get your hands on one, because they are great. Okay, so have a look through your crafty stash at flower dies. These are some other dies that I've got. These are some that I always keep, again with my little dies, because they're quite good go-tos. Can you see, like, you've got swirls, you've got some little leaves here. And I'm sure you ladies at home, and gentlemen at home, crafters, sorry, have got some of these as well. So instead of using flowers like this time, I'm going to actually die cut some out. So I'm going to be doing this time. If you haven't got a die cutting machine and you've got some flowers that are made up, I'm trying to think if I've got any in my craft room. Hang on, let me have a quick look. Oh yes, I have. Right, let me show you this box. If you've got things in your crafty stash at home that will match, okay, so flowers like this that you've probably bought and you've got them kicking around, these would work perfectly as well. So this is where I'm saying this Scrap-a-long is for you. I'm doing one a week. This is for you just to keep, I just want to keep all the crafters happy and busy out there. Okay, I want you all to have a go. it's quite nice to go back and revisit some of the page sketches for those ladies that have done my classes and done this previously. It's nice to all get together on a Facebook Live and create a Facebook a scrapbook layout. Okay, so I will be here on Wednesday morning at 10:30. We'll do Facebook Live, okay? So while I'm crafting along with you in real time to make the layout, you can chat along and I can answer your questions as we go. So is everybody happy with what we're doing on Wednesday morning? Give me a thumbs up if I've forgotten anything at all. No? Are we all okay? Right, so I will look forward to seeing you on Wednesday morning at 10:30. So, oh, I'm getting the thumbs up and the hearts across now. Thank you very much. So I will look forward to seeing you on Wednesday morning at 10:30. That's GMT, Greenwich Mean Time. So if you're in Europe or the States, it will be different. But it is on the event that I have shared on my page. So this is a Scrap-a-long Facebook Live with me, Dawn McPhee from Dawn's Inspirations. So gather your supplies and I will see you Wednesday morning with a coffee. My coffee's all gone now, but I'll see you with a coffee and we'll have an hour of crafting just to do something different. Thank you all for watching and see you later. Bye for now.